In a realm shrouded by mist and ancient lore, a lone figure sprints through the dense, unforgiving forest. This is Kale, a scout from the fallen kingdom of Eldoria, and he is being hunted. The thundering hooves and guttural cries of the Gracker tribe echo through the trees. A relentless pursuit fueled by generations of hatred. Kale wasn't just running for his life. He was carrying the last hope of his people, a map leading to the Sunstone, an artifact said to hold the power to restore their shattered homeland. His mission was simple: deliver the map to the Elder Council in the hidden city of Silverwood. But the Gracker, a fierce barbarian tribe who worship the shadows, want the Sunstone for themselves to plunge the world into eternal darkness. Their champion, a hulking brute named Brooke, leads the hunt, his scarred face a mask of savage determination. Kale clutches the leather-bound map, its secrets pressing against his chest, a heavy burden of fear, survival, and honor. Kale's lungs burn, each breath a ragged gasp. He risks a glance over his shoulder. They're closer now, their torches painting grotesque, dancing shadows on the ancient oaks. He knows this forest better than anyone, every hidden path and treacherous ravine. He veers sharply, leaping over a moss-covered log and sliding down a steep, muddy embankment. He lands in a shallow creek. The icy water is shock to his system, but it might just be enough to mask his scent. He crouches behind a cluster of ferns, his heart hammering against his ribs, listening. The sounds of pursuit grow fainter, moving past his position. A temporary reprieve. He knows he can't stay hidden for long. Brooke is not just strong, he's cunning. He'll double back. Kale must keep moving, pushing his body past the limits of exhaustion. The fate of Eldoria rests on his shoulders, and failure is not an option. Days blur into a grueling cycle of running, hiding, and foraging. Kale survives on wild berries and the scarce game he can catch with his small knife. Sleep is a luxury he cannot afford, replaced by short, fitful moments of rest in the high branches of trees or tucked away in rocky crevices. One evening, huddled by a small, smokeless fire, he unrolls the map. The intricate lines and ancient runes seem to glow faintly in the twilight. It's more than just a map, it's a puzzle, a test of wisdom left by his ancestors. He traces the path with a trembling finger, realizing it leads directly through the treacherous Whisperwind Peaks, a mountain range notorious for its sudden, violent storms and territorial griffins. It's a suicide mission, but it's also the only path the Gracker would be hesitant to follow. A grim smile touches his lips. The ancestors had a cruel sense of humor. As he ascends into the jagged peaks, the air grows thin and cold. The landscape transforms from lush forest to barren rock and snow. The wind howls its mournful song, a constant, biting force that saps his strength. He spots them then griffins, circling high above, their sharp eyes scanning the slopes. He flattens himself against the rock face, his brown cloak providing meager camouflage. One of the majestic beasts dives, its piercing cry echoing across the peaks. Kale holds his breath, praying it hasn't seen him. The griffin swoops low, its massive talons just feet from his head, before soaring back into the sky. It was a warning. He is trespassing. He knows he must pass through their nesting grounds to continue. Honor demands he press on, but survival screams for him to turn back. He tightens his grip on his knife and continues his perilous climb, one careful step at a time. Just as he clears the most dangerous pass, a shadow falls over him. It's not a griffin. It's Brooke. The barbarian chieftain stands silhouetted against the setting sun, his massive axe resting on his shoulder. He hadn't been fooled by the mountain path. Nowhere left to run. Little scout, Brooke snarls, his voice a low rumble. Kale draws his short sword, its polished steel a stark contrast to Brock's brutal, checked weapon. Fear quells in his stomach, but he pushes it down. This is it, the final stand. The Sunstone will never be yours, Kale says. His voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through his veins. The fight is a whirlwind of Savage power against agile defense. Kale uses the terrain to his advantage, dodging and weaving between rocks, while Brooke smashes everything in his path with brute force. The clash of steel rings out, a deadly song in the desolate mountains. Kale is outmatched in strength, but not in spirit. He parries a heavy blow that sends shudders up his arm. He knows he can't win a direct fight. He needs a plan. Spotting a loose overhang of rocks above Brooke, an idea forms. He finds an attack, drawing the barbarian chieftain closer to the edge of the cliff. Brooke, consumed by bloodlust, charges forward, swinging his axe in a wide, decapitating arc. Kale drops, letting the axe whistle over his head, and drives his shoulder into Brock's legs. The massive barbarian stumbles, his eyes wide with surprise. Kale scrambles back as Brooke teeters on the precipice, fighting for balance. For a moment, their eyes lock, one filled with hate, the other with grim resolve. With a final, guttural roar of fury, Brooke loses his footing and plummets into the abyss below. Silence descends upon the mountain, broken only by the whistling wind. Battered and bruised, Kale finally reaches the hidden city of Silverwood. The city, carved into the heart of a giant, ancient tree, is a breathtaking sight. Elven guards, their armor gleaming like moonlight, escort him to the Elder Council. He presents the map, his mission complete. The elders look upon him not just as a scout, but as a hero. They reveal the Sunstone's true purpose. It doesn't just restore land, it purifies hearts. Capable of turning hatred into understanding, they decide to use its power not to rebuild Eldoria in isolation, but to offer a new beginning to all tribes, including the scattered remnants of the Gracker. Kale, once just a runner, now stands as a symbol of unity. His journey of fear and survival culminating in an act of ultimate honor. He learns that true strength isn't about escaping your enemies, but having the courage to face them and build a better world together. The sun sets, casting a golden glow on a realm no longer defined by old wars, but by the promise of a shared dawn. Thank you so much for watching our fantasy adventure. If you enjoyed Kel's epic journey, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more full movies and thrilling stories. We'd love to hear what you thought about the film in the comments below. What was your favorite part? Until next time, stay adventurous.